Good morning, sir. Good morning, classmates. I am Mercy Joy Kabunok, and I am the last reporter for the Group 4, or I am the last presenter for the Group 4. Our topic is all about safety in gymnastics. Then, safety in gymnastics have four subtopics. So the four subtopics are importance of safety protocols, proper spotting techniques, common injuries and prevention, and then the emergency procedure. So I will be reporting about the common injuries and prevention and the emergency procedure. So, gymnastic is a very dynamic and demanding sports that involves a range of skills and from tumbling to apparatus work. So, due to its nature, injuries can occur, but many can be prevented with proper techniques and precautions. So first, we have the common injuries. So, um, ang mga common injuries nga gakahitabo usually sa gymnastic athlete is kani sila. So first we have the sprain and strain. These occur when ligaments or muscles are stretched or torn. Common areas include wrist, ankles, and shoulders. So usually sa sprain and strains ang madamage din ang ilhang ankles, ang shoulders, and then ang wrist. Kay muna diri sila gakuha og mga kusog. So kung magtumbling sila or magbuhat silang kaning skills nila into dito nila buhaton sa sa ilahang mga apparatus kung mamali lang sila dito may possible gyud nga magka-sprain and strains sila. So next, we have the fractures. So stress fractures or more acute breaks, especially in the wrist, ankles, and feet, can happen due to repetitive stress or falls. So usually si fracture gakahitabo siya sa ankles, sa feet, and then sa wrist kung dili proper ang ilahang paglanding, no? So mapitik lang na gamay, so mag-cause gina siya of fractures. Next, we have the dislocations. So this usually involves fingers, shoulders, or elbows, often resulting from improper landings or falls. So as I've said ganina, so kung improper or mali ang ilahang paglanding, naagid siya mahitabo. Usually, ang dislocation gagahitabo sa fingers, shoulders, and elbows. Next is we have the tendinitis, inflammation of tendons, particularly in the shoulders, elbows, and knees, often caused by overuse. So si athletes kung very kay siya kanang overuse na ihang lawats siguro sa pag-training dinha na mo sulod si tendinitis kanang pamamaga or hupag. Usually siya gakahitabo sa kaning shoulders, sa elbows, kaning diri sa may mga joint sa knees kung overuse na ang lawas ni athletes. So, tendency magkakaroon siya ng tendinitis or pamamaga. Next is we have the concussions. So, concussions though less common, head injuries can occur from falls or collisions leading to concussion symptoms. So kani siyang injury is very less common lang daw ni siya gakahitabo sa ka-athlete. So mahitabo ra ni siya kung ang maglanding si athletes or naay accident nga mahitabo si gymnastic athlete nga maigo ang iyang ulo, so dinha gyud mosulod si concussions. So though very lang din siya less common nga gakahitabo sa usa ka gymnastic nga athlete. So next is we have the lower back pain. This can be due to overuse, poor technique, or improper body alignment during skills. So diri kung dili gyud ka hilig mag-warm up so diri gyud mosulod si lower back pain. So kinahanglan gyud nga kung ikaw isa ka gymnast athlete, so kinahanglan gyud na makabalo ka sa proper techniques and then sa kaning alignment sa imuhang lawas kay para inig abot na sa skills dili na ka pamaulan. So next is we have the cartilage injuries. So damage to the cartilage in the knees or ankles can occur from high impact and landings. So usually pag galand si athlete. So ang mangusog ara niya is ang knees o ang ankles, which is ang mga joints na. So kung sobra kakusog ang impact niya sa iyahang paglanding, so may possible din ha nga ma-damage ang cartilage. So unsa di si cartilage mo ni ang mga joints. Okay. So in order to prevent those common injuries, na ako siya mga prevention strategies nga ginasunod kay para aron dili to mahitabo tong mga ato nga mga accidents or kato nga mga injuries. So we have here the proper warm up. So first no, kinahanglan gyud when you become a athlete. So isa gid na siya sa pinaka requirements nga before you do the skills, you have to do the warm up first kay para ma-ready ang imong lawas, makondisyon ang imong lawas ug dili siya makalitan. So, start with a thorough warm up to prepare muscles and joints for activity. This should be include aerobic exercises, dynamic stretches, and then specific drills related to gymnastic skills. So, for example, sa aerobic exercises is running, jogging, or di kaya mag-bike ka din ha. So, muna siya examples is sa aerobic exercises. Then, for the dynamic stretches is pwede ka din ha mag leg swing like this or arm circles. Ano? No? Next, we have the strength training. Build strength in key areas like the core, shoulders, and legs to support and stabilize the body during complex movement. So, kinahanglan gyud nga imuha gyud nang ligunon ang imuhang labi na ang kaning kuan, shoulders, and then ang legs kay usually si athletes dira nakuha og energy. Dira siya gakuha og energy. So in order to stabilize your body during complex, you have to build strength in those areas. Para pag abot inig skills nimo no, stable lang imuhang movement. Okay, next we have the flexibility training. Regular stretching helps maintain and improve flexibility, reducing the risk of strains and sprains. So, more gyapon na siya warm up, no? So, flexibility is katong unat kasi mo kinahanglan nga i-test gyud nimo ang flexibility sa imong lawas. Kinahanglan nimo i-train ang imong lawas to become a flexible kasi aron ma-reduce ang risk nga kanang magkaroon ka ng sprain and then strain. Okay, next we have the technique and form. So ensure the gymnasts learn and practice correct techniques and form. Coaches should emphasize proper techniques to prevent injuries during skills and routine. So when you are a coach, no, you have to you have to require a athletes nga mag-follow gyud sa mga techniques and forms in order for them nga dili sila maka-encounter og mga risks or mga injuries no during their skills and their routines. So kinahanglan gyud i-practice na nila kung unsa may mga routine or unsa may techniques nga ginatudlo sa coach sa usa ka gymnastics. So if you are a gymnastic athlete, you need to follow those rules para maiwasan nimo, ma-prevent ang katong mga possible injuries nga mahitabo during skills and then routines. Next is we have the progressive training. Introducing new skills and increases in difficulty gradually to allow the body to adapt. Avoid pushing gymnasts too quickly into advanced skills. So, if you are a coach again, so kinahanglan gyud nga dili nimo na-limit si athletes, tagaan mo siya limit no when it comes to training kay aron dili mo overuse ang iyahang lawas. And then kung baguhan si athletes, you have to kanang i-implement sa iyahang atong mga step by step nga ginahimo sa usa ka athletes on the first stage sa ilahang pagka-athlete kay beginner pa man as a beginner no. So kung unsa to yung mga first stage nga ginabuhat as a beginner, then ay dayon sa katong mga advanced skills. Dili pwede nga si beginner as a coach, dili pwede si beginner nga imuha siyang i-introduce into advanced skills kay dili dayon maka-adapt ang iyahang lawas. So mag-cause na siya of injuries, possible injuries. So you have to kanang limit the athletes. Next is we have the rest and recovery. Incorporate adequate rest and then recovery time into training schedules to allow the body to heal and adapt. Overuse injuries can be mitigated with proper rest. So if you're an athlete and you have those injuries, so kinahanglan yun nga mag-follow ka sa rest and recovery. You have to rest yourself. Okay, you have to rest yourself no in order nga kanang mag-fast tong heal sa imuhang injuries aron dali pod maka-adapt ang imuhang lawas no sa pag-healing sa imuhang mga injuries. So you have to rest, dili maginahi og ulo, you have to rest and recover. Next, we have the use of appropriate equipment. Ensure the gymnast use the correct equipment and that is well maintained. For instance, proper mats and padding can reduce impact and injuries. So kinahanglan gyud if you are a coach, a trainer, kinahanglan nga i-supervise kini mo na imong athletes nga mogamit og saktong equipment. Like for example, sa mga high bars, so kinahanglan gud pod nga i-check nimo ng mga high bars dinha kung wala ba na yung mga di ba naluwag ang ruska dinha kay maglayat-layat dinha sa gymnast, dili siya maaksidente. So you have to ensure nga proper equipment ang ilahang ginagamit when it comes to kanang mag-training sila or di kaya mag-skills na sila. Next is we have the conditioning exercises. Focus on exercises that enhance balance, coordination, and proprioception to prevent falls and improve overall performance. So, if you are an athlete, gymnastic athletes, so kinahanglan yun nga, kinahanglan i-focus nimo ang self nimo into conditioning exercises in order to maintain those balance, no? In order to maintain those balance and coordination para ma-prevent ang katong possible injuries or falls, possible falls and then mag-lead siya into possible injuries, no? So kinahanglan yun nga ay kuan mo imong lawas, i-condition mo imong lawas para pod ma-improve imong overall performance. So next we have the education. Teach gymnasts about body awareness and importance of listening to their bodies to avoid pushing through pain, which can lead to injuries. So you have to be aware about your body. If you're an athlete, like I've said, you have to be aware about your body. You have to listen to your body. So kung na-feel nga pain nga dili siya usual nga pain, so bago lang nimo siya na-feel nga pain aside sa mga pamaol ha. So kinahanglan gyud nga paminawon nimo imong kaugalingon kung kani pa nga pain is dili ba ni siya makalid sa kuha into injuries kay kung imo ra nang ihilom-hilom then super nimo ka maayo dinha no mag-training ra ka dinha so katong pain gina-disregard ra to nimo unya mo dito yung mag-cost sa imong into possible injuries so no gyud siya no so kinahanglan you have to listen to your body kung naa na kay mabatian ka dili usual. Okay, so next is we have the regular checkups. So regular assessments by sports physicians or physical therapists can help identify and address potential issues because before they become serious injuries. So like I've said, no. So if you feel something in your body, you have to listen to your body, and then kung naanag yun, you have to do the regular checkups in order nga ma-address tong pain nga imuhang kaka-feel kay aron dili siya ma-fall into injuries. So ma-prevent pa siya para mahimo siyang injuries or severe injuries. No? So you have to do the regular checkups. Okay, so by integrating these preventive measures, no, the risk of injuries in gymnastics can be significantly reduced, allowing gymnasts to perform at their best while staying safe. Okay, now let's proceed to the emergency procedures to follow in gymnastics to ensure safety and well-being of the athletes. So first, we have the immediate response. Assess the situation, quickly determine if the injury is serious or immediate medical attention is needed. So for example, if you are in the situation and you were the kanang siguro ikaw nagbantayan na during skills isa ka athletes, no, kung naay accident na nahitabo, you have to assess the situation. So you have to determine the injuries kung severe ba or delay. So if severe, you have to call for help. So kinsa ba ang kuan tawagon? So you have to alert the coach, the trainer, or the medical personnel. So kung severe kung severe ang injuries nga nahitabo kang athletes, no, pwede po matawag sa mga local service hotlines, local emergency service hotlines di ay. So next is we have the first aid. So kung trained ka nga magdo the first aid, administer first aid, provide first aid such as applying ice for swelling, compress for bleeding, or immobilizing a suspected fracture. So, no, kinahanglan kung si athletes, no, na naghubag, you have to compress ice sa hubag, and then kung compress ice sa hubag, you have to put ice hubag, and then if nag-bleeding, you have to compress kung asa man tong part sa iyang lawas ang nag-bleed para mapugong ang dugo. So, if suspected fractures naman, you have to immobilize the fracture. So, for example, sa tiil, no, usually makikita niyo sa salida nga pag-fracture ang tiil or di kaya natapilok na din ha si athletes, usually ginabot nga nila og katong kahoy, then inubot ka nila and then ginabutangan nila og hikot in order nga dili malihok ang katong suspected fracture. Kay pag malihok to siya, so mas malala, mas masakitan si athletes. So next is we have the medical evaluation, no? Get professional assessment. So ensure that qualified medical professional evaluates the injury as soon as possible, especially if it involves a head injury or dislocation or suspected fractures. So kung mga severe na gid kayo ang mga fractures, no, mga injuries, no, you have to call for the medical personnel, no, katong mga professional gyud nga sila gyud ang motanaw aning nga mga injuries, especially kung head injuries, fractures, or di kaya ang mga dislocation, kay aron ma-address og tarong ang katong ilahang injuries. And then next is we have the emergency contacts. So, you have to notify ang katong guardians or coaches or trainer ani nga athletes, you have to notify aron ma-aware pud sila kung unsa ni nahitabo sa ilahang athletes, no? So next is we have the follow-up care. So athletes, no, if you're an athlete, you have to follow the advice of the medical personnel, no? You have to ensure that injured athletes follow all medical recommendations and treatment plans. Then monitor recovery, keep tracks of athletes' progress, and ensure they receive appropriate rehabilitation. So if you're an athlete, you have to follow up you have to follow medical advice, and then if you're a coach, you have to monitor the recovery of your athletes in order nga kanang para mabal-an nimo kung sakto ba ang iyang ka-receive nga rehabilitations. Yes. So next, we have the safety protocol review. Okay, evaluate incident, review the incident to identify safety protocol failures or area for improvement, and then update safety procedures, make necessary changes to safety protocols to prevent similar incidents in the future. So, no, kung kinahanglan i-review to nimo tong asa to na aksidente or unsay nag-cause sa accident, like for example during skills, no, so naay isa ka equipment didto nga nag-loosen siguro ang bolt ingana, so wala bitaw na check dayon, so you have to review para ma-assess or para mabalaan kung asa or kung unsa ang cost sa iyahang aksidente. Then if ever nga kinahanglan og improvement, so of course you have to improve the equipment, and then if ever nga you have to improve the safety protocols if necessary, so kinahanglan yun nga imuhang baguon ang mga protocols. Then next, we have the support and communication. So provide emotional support, offer reassurance and support to the injured athletes or their family. If you were the organization ani nga gymnast athletes, no, so you have to follow up the athletes. You have to feel her or him at ease nga kana siyang imuhang medical expenses are covered na, and of course kinahanglan pod nga kanang ma-aware pod nimo ang iyang family nga dili na ma-worry kay sagot na nila. So if you are the organization, so it's your duty nga kanang if you're part of the organization sa gymnastic, it's your duty na inform si athlete sa iyahang regarding some medical expenses, for example, like that, and then her family also as well. Yeah. Okay, so by following these emergency procedures, you can ensure that injuries are managed effectively and athletes receives the care that they need. That would be all. Thank you.